Hello everyone, my name is Cap and welcome back to the channel. Another 7 Days to Die video. Doing all this in Alpha 16.4 on the PC, but this will work on consoles as well. Now, we already tested with your player that if you go plummeting through the sky and land on a bale of hay, that you'll be completely fine. So today I'm testing player fall damage and how much damage you actually take, and from how high up. So we're trying to figure out how high can you fall before you actually start taking damage, how high can you fall before you sprain and or break a leg, and how high do you have to be up before you die. This is, beneficial information if you're trying to dig an underground base, or if you're trying to even make a different kind of tower in your system and you don't want to die by falling off of it. You can kind of plan ahead. So I'm going to test this out the same way I've done so many other different tests. Is I'm just going to use the wood frames, stack them up, I'm going to jump off and see what actually happens, then reset, go up a little bit higher and see what happens then. And also something that I have to test that has been questioned a whole bunch of times in some of the other videos is, does the ground you land on have any different kind of bearing on how much damage you take? So I'm going to try and get the numbers for how high you can fall and stuff taking damage, and I'm going to go through and replace the ground in different places with different kinds of blocks. Besides dirt and grass, we'll have some basic street, maybe some concrete, wood, and then do the same kind of falls on there again and see if I take any more or less damage from those. And I'll apologize ahead of time, my voice sounds a little bit weird. I'm still getting over this cold that I got over New Year's, and so it may come and go, so if you hear a slight little squeak, I apologize. Alright, so we're going to get started with this right here. Okay, so we're starting with 5 blocks up. This is a pretty simple baseline starting test here. I know below this you're not going to take anything, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try each fall more than one time. And the reason why is because if you've ever played this game, one time you can jump off the garage and it doesn't do anything. The next time you sprain your leg or break it or even die in some rare cases and you can't figure out why. So I'm going to try and make sure I get the same results more than once. So here we go. At 5 blocks, I'm just walking off. Okay. 5 blocks up, just walking straight off of it. I didn't take any damage at all. So we're going to try this again. I'm just going to walk right off the ledge here. Okay, so my knees are apparently strong enough to be able to handle a 5 block fall. Let's go up one more and see if we get the same results. Alright, 6 blocks up. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to walk off. Alright, so I took a little bit of damage. Not a whole lot, but I didn't sprain anything at 6 blocks up, so that seems to be an okay amount. That's higher than most of the ledges on the edges of the houses and stuff for the roofs for the single-story buildings. Okay, now between each test and when I do this, when I take damage, I'm going to heal myself with the first aid kit. That way I can get my health and well-being back to exactly where it should be, so that it's a fair test on each one. I don't want previous damage to mess up a test result here. So back up on 6 blocks, see if we take the same amount of damage the second time. We'll just walk off. Okay, so we took 8 more damage that time. So it seems like that was pretty consistent. 6 blocks, you will take some fall damage. It's not super bad. I didn't sprain, and I didn't break anything, so that's good. Alright, we are 7 blocks up now. We took consistent damage at 6 blocks each time. Let's try it and see if we get anything different at 7 blocks. We just walk off. And we got the sprain on this one. It didn't break. A sprain will slow you down by about 20%. You can splint it, and it helps heal it faster, but it doesn't affect your speed. You're still going to have that 20% speed buff, so you're going to be walking really slowly, but at least it didn't actually break. So let's get all this healed up here, and we'll test it again. Okay, sprain is fixed. Health is back to normal. Let's try this again. 7 blocks up to see if we get another sprain when we walk off. Okay, alright, so that seems to be about even. Now, granted, some people will say 2 testings isn't enough for a legitimate, data pool to pull from, but, 2 for 2 on the 5 blocks, I took no damage, 2 for 2 on 6 blocks, I took damage, and at 7 blocks, I got sprained both times. So, it's not exactly a huge pool of data to pull from, but it is at least enough to start with. Alright, so we are 8 blocks up now. We know at 7 blocks, we got a sprain. Let's see what 8 blocks give us here. We're just going to walk off. Leg is sprained again, and we took a decent number of damage here. We took more than just we did last time. So 8 blocks up seems like it's going to give you obviously a little bit more damage here. Get rid of the sprained leg. Okay, get everything back to set again here. Let's try 8 blocks up, see if we get the same thing twice in a row. Okay, that is pretty consistent. So 8 blocks up, you're going to take a little bit more damage. It's still going to give you a sprain, but it's not too terrible. You're not going to die from it or even break a leg. Alright. Healed, leg is fixed, 9 blocks straight up. Let's see what happens. Alright, leg sprained again. We took about the same amount of damage as we did at 8 blocks. So between 8 and 9, it didn't seem like there was a huge difference between the two of them there. But we'll test it one more time just to make sure that we get the same results twice. It looked like it did about 16 damage and sprained the leg. Give a chance for the first aid kit to wear off. And we'll dive off and see if it does it again. Okay. 9 blocks up. Alright. So yeah, it did 16 damage and a sprained leg. So between 8 and 9 blocks up, it seemed like it did the exact same. So we'll go ahead and get this one up to 10 blocks now. Alright, so 10 blocks up. 8 and 9 blocks both gave us the same amount of damage. Maybe 10 will show a slight improvement in that. Alright, so 10 blocks we took the same amount of damage, but we didn't actually get a sprain that time. That's kind of interesting. So we'll heal, try that again, and see if that was just a fluke. Now, I don't know, because I don't have a way to see, the source code to see what the randomness level is for getting a sprain or a broken leg. It's not listed in any of the XML files. It's something that's hard-coded in here within the physics itself. So we'll try 10 blocks again, just walk off. And that time we took a considerable more damage. We took about 26 damage that time. So 10 blocks up, it seems like it's being just a little bit on the wonky side of trying to figure out what it's doing. That's kind of interesting. 8 and 9 both sprained and did the same amount of damage. 10 has been a little bit tricky here. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to do a third test on 10, see if we get anything different from that one. Give the first aid kit a chance to wear itself off. We'll try 10 blocks up again and see if we get the same results, or if it's another wild variant here. Okay, 10 blocks, we walk off, and oh, and the leg is broken. Okay, so it seems like 10 blocks up is not a good place to go. I took more damage. I took the same amount of damage the third time as I did the second time. I took about 24 total damage, and this time I actually broke it. Now, a broken leg will have about 40% slowdown in speed, and a splint will make it heal a little bit faster, of course, too, but you're still going to have like 40 minutes plus in-game before you can get over that. Okay, so that seems like it was well enough of a test to at least give you guys some kind of figures here. 5 blocks up, fall, you're okay. 6, you'll take some damage. 7, you can get a sprain. 8 and 9, you did about the same amount of damage. I didn't seem to get anything really like sprain over there. It seemed like it was kind of weird. Now, of course, you can, because from 7 up, you're going to get, the compounded damage that you're going to get from higher falls. And then 10 is where I got much more damage taken and the broken leg. Now, we need to figure out how high we can fall before we actually die. That's going to take a little while, so we'll have to, I'm just going to fast forward to that one, let you know what block I find, because I don't want to go up one and one and one at a time and then take forever in the video. Okay, so I have a feeling this is the one here. As you can see, based on the map of the elevation here, I'm plus 46 meters, so I'm on top of 45 blocks. Now, something to keep in mind about how far you can fall before you die has a lot to do with how much health you have. Mine is at 148, so of course in order to die, you're going to have to do more damage than you have life. So if you've been playing way into the game, you're a much higher level than me, and your health is way, way higher, your fall damage to death may be slightly different. But I believe at 45, this is when I'll meet my demise. Hey, I didn't actually die. I have 5 life and my leg is broken, but I'm willing to bet 1 more block up, maybe 2, and that would be it for me. So if you're sitting at about the same amount of health as I am at 148, then you can go up about 46 to 47 blocks and take a fall at least onto dirt and keep from dying. So what we're going to do next is test what I had said earlier about having different kind of blocks to land on and see if we get the same kinds of results. Okay, just to test a few different kinds of blocks. I'm not going to test every kind of surface because just to see if there is a difference here. We've tested out on basic dirt. I didn't do anything to it. It wasn't tilled, wasn't fertilized, just random dirt that you'd find in the world outside the grass. Over here, I put in asphalt blocks that I'm going to drop onto. This is what you'd find on the streets and the roads, of course. Over here, this is concrete blocks that you'd use for building your base, and this is reinforced wood blocks. I'm just going to try a fall from 7 blocks up, I think. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 blocks up. So we know this was high enough on dirt to cause a sprain and a little bit of damage. So we're going to try it on these different blocks down here to see if we get any kind of difference in damage versus how it is on dirt, and to see if there's any difference at all, if it even takes into account these. So we're going to start off with some asphalt. Alright, so first time up we took just 8 damage. That's not too bad. We'll try it again. Okay, so second time just on regular old asphalt. Okay, so we took just a little bit of damage. 7 blocks up was about where we got the sprains the first time on here. It's not going to happen every single time, of course, but it didn't look like it was any different than it was on the dirt. So that's a good thing. We're going to try it one more time just to make sure we get the same results. Okay, third attempt on asphalt. Okay, that time we did get the split, just like we did the occasional time on dirt. Okay, so with asphalt, it had the same kind of effect as just regular dirt did. It was about the same amount of damage, which wasn't a whole lot, and this is just from 7 blocks up. It's probably not going to vary a whole lot from different heights, and I don't want it to be a 45-minute video testing every height on every kind of block. So what we're going to do next is we're going to try it out on concrete to see if there's any kind of difference here. Make sure we get our health all the way back up so that we're at the original starting point just like we are on everything else. Give this time to kind of refill itself. Now I'm predicting before I do this that I'm going to have the same kind of fall results as I did on the asphalt blocks and on the dirt over there, that I'll take about 6 damage, not too much, and have a chance for a sprained leg. So let's fall off. Okay, so I took 8 damage and sprained my leg. That was slightly a little bit more, but not enough to really call it a problem. Alright, 7 blocks up on concrete. Alright, so we just took the 8 damage that time and no sprained leg. So it seems to be about the same. We didn't really take any more or less damage than we did on the asphalt or the dirt over there. Still kind of right around 8 damage every time. I'm going to try it a third time just to make sure, because I don't want anybody to say I didn't test it thoroughly enough. So it looks like from 7 blocks up, you have a pretty decent chance of being able to fall and it not messing up your track career. So we'll try this one more time on concrete, and I think it's probably going to have the same results on the wood blocks over there. But we'll give that a try anyway. 7 blocks up, concrete. Okay, 8 damage on a sprained leg. Okay, that's the same as we got on asphalt and on dirt, but we're going to try it on wood just because I said I would. Okay, wood blocks, falling on wood blocks from 7 blocks up. Jump into here, and we did the same thing, 8 damage and a sprained leg. Okay, so I'm not going to do it 2 more times on that one because I did it 9 times total on all of these blocks over here, and I got the same results. It's from the same height. From what I can tell, the same height is going to give the same amount of damage on any kind of block that you have here. We tried it on dirt, tried it on asphalt, concrete, and wood. And yes, I know there are quite a few other different kinds of blocks you could test out that you're going to encounter in the rest of the world, but things like dirt and mountain and all that stuff, it's the same kinds of blocks, it's just a different texture. So I don't think the hardness of the block has anything to do with how much damage you take. So hopefully this was at least beneficial to you guys on helping you out figure how high you can build your bases or your fort walls or whatever to be able to, you know, jump off and run if your life depends on it without breaking a leg and getting chased down and eaten. So if you think I did it wrong or you think I should have done something differently, of course, leave in the comments section down below and I'll see if there's enough people saying I should have done it this way or what about this suggestion, then maybe I can do a part 2. I like doing the follow-up videos. You know, it's how I ended up with 2 mazes over here because of you guys. So thank you guys so much for all the support on there. And, you know, do remember I am human. You know, I'm not perfect, so if I messed up with the test or I didn't get some information that you did, that, you know, hey, you know, put it in the comment section of what your results are and we can all learn from it. This is a community. We should help each other out here. Thank you guys so much for all your support and all your love on the channel. I truly do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video and found it useful, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button down below the video. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you guys so much for your time. You have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.